What's going on, everyone? So yesterday, the shorthanded Lakers got absolutely demolished and ran through by the Houston Rockets, right? Didn't have Anthony Davis, didn't have Jackson Hayes, still don't have Jared Vanderbilt, you still don't have Gabe Vincent. Every time we get somebody back, it's like two guys are out, right? We get Taurean Prince, Jackson Hayes goes down, we get Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis goes down. And now we are officially 0-5 on the road. And on top of being 0-5 on the road, we are now on a 3-game losing streak. It is rough right now for Laker Nation. I feel it. I'm with it. And it's rough. We got to figure it out. We got to turn it around. This was a big game for Christian Wood. And unfortunately, he gave us a goose egg. Only took one shot, but he wasn't as aggressive as I had hoped in this game. But one of the real bright spots about this game, if you could even find one, right? But the real bright spot was Rui Hachimura. Right, his first game back, although it was for concussion protocol, it wasn't like, some ankle sprain or something like that. But still, right, it usually takes a guy to get a game or two under their belt when they've missed, 4 games or whatever it was to kind of get back and right the ship. But not Rui. I mean, this was a big game in which we were missing several guys, key guys, and Rui Hachimura answered the bell. I mean, more than anybody, right? I mean, he was our leading scorer tonight, and he did it extremely efficient. 26 minutes of play, he gave you 24 points, 8 rebounds. He tied for the most rebounds on the team, which it's sad that he tied with Max Christie for the most rebounds, right? Behind Rui Hachimura and Max Christie, it was LeBron James with 6. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. But when you look at Rui, again, 26 minutes, 24 points in 26 minutes, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. On top of that, he gave you a block and a steal, and was actually pretty good defensively. And he was extremely efficient. 10 of 14 from the field and 2 of 3 from 3. And he had started to pick up his offensive game right before the injury. And unfortunately, he goes down, and it's like, okay, well, how is he going to look? And he's looked great. And this is what I've talked about, right? He is and has the potential to maybe not give you 24 a night, but to be a legitimate, consistent, efficient scorer, right? Like, the Lakers have to run options for him. They got to run plays for him, right? Allow him to have the basketball and make decisions and go to work and operate in the post and hit that mid-range. I'm not saying he can't ever play off the ball or you have to run every play through him or anything like that. Like, no. Like, if he's getting, say, 20 minutes a game, right? Because I don't know if he'll necessarily get 26 once everybody's back and healthy. But let's say he gets, 20 minutes a game or 18 minutes a game. Like, I fully believe that he could go give you 15, easy, if given the opportunity. Again, he gave you 24 on 14 shot attempts. And again, this isn't like some crazy anomaly. Like, this is who Rui Hachimura is as far as a scorer goes. And I want to see the Lakers kind of utilize him more. He's not a spot-up three-point shooter. Can he knock down the occasional three? Sure, absolutely. If he's out on the perimeter, can you, drive and kick to him and he'll knock it down? Yes, absolutely. But that's not his game. That's not what he's best at. That's not where he's going to thrive the most from, right? Like, he's a guy that needs to be put needs to get to his spots, be put in a position to where he can get to his spots. How many times is our offense just stagnant? And it's like, put Rui in there, right? Like, let Rui go to work. Like, we're not scoring, we're going on a drought. Like, give the ball to Rui and see if he can just go generate a bucket. He's one of the only people on this roster that can, really, right? Like Anthony Davis and LeBron James, obviously, but Austin Reeves, right? Like, at times he kind of does a little too much, and he's so reliant on just his shooting. Like, he's either got it or he doesn't. Same thing with D'Lo, kind of he got it or he doesn't, right? But somebody like Rui, he's just so big and so strong and just he's able to kind of just bump his defender and just kind of get wherever he wants. And the guys that are as big and strong as him aren't like as agile. And the guys that are, agile enough to just make things difficult, he's just bigger than and stronger than. So it's just this mismatch for teams. And we're seeing that. I mean, again, we don't have a great sample size this year because he's only played 3 games, right? But if like we look at last year, right, this is a guy that, and again, it was limited, but he averaged or he shot nearly 50% from the field. 30% from 3 was rough, but he's already up in the limited opportunities that he's had. He's already up 4%, and that gets probably much higher with this game, right? So he's probably, my guess, he probably shoots around like 35, 36% this season, is my guess. That he's able to shoot well enough to where I don't think he'll be like 38 to 40%, although he does have a season with Washington in which he shot actually 45%, but that was on 3 attempts per game. But he's averaging about 3 attempts per game with the Lakers this year. So that would be nice if he could get to like 45% from 3. But realistically, I think he'll probably be around like 30, let's say 36%, right? Because that's kind of basically where he is right now after today's performance. So if he's around 36%, he's 55.6% from 2-point range. I mean, even this year, again, limited sample size because of the games and minutes he's played, but he's shooting 50% from the field. So he's also shooting well from the free throw line. He's actually 83.3%, which is good too. But like Rui Hachimura is one of those guys where, right, like you essentially have a 50-50 chance of him knocking down a bucket. So if you're in this like rut, right, like why not just run and call his number from time to time? The big question for Rui has been, even with the Wizards, right? Kind of lackluster in the regular season, really surprisingly good in the postseason, but he's never been able to translate the postseason success into the regular season success. But he also needs the opportunity. Right? Like in the postseason, he's just like elevates his game slightly, but he just seems to get off early, right? Where in the regular season, it usually like you'll see like he might miss his first 2 shots and then like teams will go away from him, but like he'll hit his next like 3 or 4. And then all of a sudden he's like 4 of 6, right? Because it's like he just kind of needs to get that feel, which a lot of just shooters and scorers need, right? Like you see it all the time. Like, but you got to trust your guy. You got to trust even like the law of average and stuff, right? Like Rui Hachimura, if he's 50% from the field and he misses his first 2 shots, chances are he's probably going to make his next 2, right? Or it's going to average out over time. And, if he gets 10 shots, he's going to make 5, right? So, and again, I'm not saying that the Lakers have to give him 20 shots a game or anything like that. But I do think he needs to be more of an intricate part of the overall offense. I do like the whole point of him coming off the bench and not starting was for that purpose, right? Like the whole reason that they wanted to have Rui essentially be the 6th man was to have him come off the bench and be a more intricate part of the offense and run plays through him and allow him to be more of a scoring option than he has been because he'll be able to run with the second units. Well, then you need to do that, right? Like, again, that's something that you have to do. Because, like, it's nice to say. It's another thing to actually put Rui in that position to do so. And I think if they do, I genuinely believe that Rui Hachimura has a real opportunity to maybe win 6th man of the year, right? If he's giving you like 15 points a game on like 50% shooting, right? Like, then he will absolutely be in that conversation and give the Lakers an opportunity, right? Lakers also have to win some games because, if it's not translating to wins, then, you're not going to get it the recognition you would as if you were winning games. So if the Lakers start winning and they start clicking and Rui is like giving you, 15 a game off the bench, and he's doing it efficiently and effectively, then yeah, absolutely, I think he'll be in that conversation. And I think he's capable of it. But he's also supposed to be a piece of the future, right? So, like, why not give him more responsibility and allow him to thrive more in a bigger role? Rather than, like, 2 years from now, LeBron leaves or retires or whatever, or 3 years or however long it is. And now it's like, okay, Rui, it's your time to shine. And he's like, dude, I've been playing the backup role my entire tenure here. Like, and now you want me to be this, like, 30 point a game guy? Like, it's just guys kind of become the role that they are. Or, like, that's the idea. Right? And I just think we need Rui scoring. Like, that's one of the things he is best at, putting the ball in the hoop. So allow him to do that. Give him the basketball. Let him put it in the hoop. Let him have success. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think, like, yeah, Rui was fantastic. I'm glad he's back. And, like, yeah, the Lakers definitely need to get him the basketball more. Like, the Lakers got to do something to allow him to thrive more. Or do you think, like, nah, like, what he's doing is fine. The games that he scores 24 is just, it's an outlier, but it's great to have. Whatever. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. I appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.